So is God concerned about your health and your weight? Let's talk about it on today's Commute Conversation. Hi, this is Mark Gaston with Grace Truths, and what our goal is on this channel is to help you to achieve new heights in your walk with Jesus Christ. And we do that by talking about different topics and different subjects that can be encouraging and helpful to those who are followers and believers in Jesus Christ. So today I want to talk about a personal milestone that I reached in my life here a couple weeks ago. And what this personal milestone is, well, before I do that, let me say that this is not the first time I've crossed this milestone in my life. It's not the first time. And in fact, I've crossed this milestone several times. And what this milestone is I have so far this year, since January 2019, it's now April 2019, I have lost 30 pounds. I've tried to take on a more healthy approach to my levels of activity, more healthy approach to the way I eat and things like just trying to lose weight, just trying to be healthier, just trying to stay on top of that because it's important. But like I said, it's not the first time I have passed this milestone. I still remember the first time I did when I was 14 years old and I lost 35 pounds. And then later on in my 20s, after I've been married for a few years, we got to the point to where I lost about 75 pounds because I'd kind of let myself go a little bit when I shouldn't have. And then I got in my 30s and our first child came along and it's like, oh man, I need to be healthier for this kid that's coming along. So I did that and lost about 80 pounds. And then the last several years I've just been up and down, back and forth between like a 30-pound window. So it's something I've battled with my whole life. Now I heard, I've read a lot of self-help books and listened to podcasts and things or videos, watched videos about diet and all those type of things. And one of those things you hear on some of these self-help things is that in order to have lasting change in your life, then you've got to have a big enough why as to the reason why you're having these goals and why you're trying to do these things. So I was thinking about my goals and motivations leading up to this point. I'd say when I was a teenager, back when I was 14, the goal was, I wanted to be able to be active and do things that regular, normal 14-year-olds could do. And there's a little bit of vanity mixed in with that too, because, I didn't want people to look at me and say, hey, look, it's that kid, that pudgy kid over there. I didn't want to be that kid. And then again, I talk about after I've been married for a few years, I wanted to, have a good self-image and all this type of thing so that I could be the kind of husband, to be the kind of person that I needed to be as far as family and work is concerned. And then I mentioned about having kids and wanting to be healthy to be able to interact and be there for my kids as they get older and that type of thing. And, I've had all these different motivations, but again, as I've told you, because I've passed that milestone multiple times, none of them have ever stuck. I always end up gaining or losing steam or just gaining everything back that I've lost. And, here I think one thing that I think is different this time for me is I really was praying and thinking about it and saying, God, I need a big enough reason why to lose weight and keep it off and develop a healthier lifestyle. Because all these other things, although they're good, wanting to be able to be active, wanting to be able to be, the kind of person you want to be, wanting to be there for your kids, all those are good motivations. But I need something that's bigger, something that's the biggest why that I can think of. And as I was thinking and praying about it, what came to my mind was the fact that, the biggest reason that I should have is that's because what God wants me to do. And that gets me to the question of, does God care about your health and your weight? And I think the answer is unequivocally yes. So I got to thinking about it. I know that God's put me on this earth for a certain number of years, and there's certain things that I know that He wants me to accomplish while I'm here. And I want to be able to I believe He wants me to have the kind of energy and mental clarity and health that I need as much as in my control. as I possibly can so that I can accomplish all the things that I believe God wants me to do in my life. And losing weight and developing a healthy lifestyle could be a big way of doing that. So, and that's what I've tried to adopt as my why this time, because I want to be able to get to where I need to be and stay there again so that I can accomplish and I can do the things that God wants me to do in this life. And I think that's important. And again, I know things happen. There are health problems and things that come up that are beyond our control. But again, like I said, as much as is in our control, I think God wants us to do the best that we can to be as healthy and as fit and as active as we can so that we can do the things He wants us to do. Now, I know it's a difficult thing. Again, like I told you, I've tried and failed many times. And, part of the reason I'm making a video like this is an accountability type thing. So I'm putting something out there in public, letting people know what I'm doing. And I want to do it for the Lord. And I would encourage you today, if you're at a point to where you have also reached the same conclusion that you want to have the kind of health the best health you can possibly have for the benefit of God and His kingdom and doing the things that He wants you to do, let's all work together to be an encouragement to each other as to accomplishing this goal so that we can do the things that God wants us to do. And I hope that you'll pray for me, and as many as I know, I'll pray for those who are on this journey or want to start this journey that I'm already on, that God will give you the grace and strength and courage to stick with it. And again, so is God concerned about our health and our weight? I believe absolutely, yes, He is. But we've got to make Him the purpose and the reason for why we're doing it, if it's going to be something that we'll be able to live with for the rest of our lives. So, that being said, go and serve the Lord with gladness today, and we will talk again soon. If you'd like to be notified when we have new videos, you can hit the subscribe button underneath this video. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell there, give us a thumbs up. That way you can be notified every time we have a new video. And then also, if you're on Facebook, just like our Facebook page, Grace Truths, and you can get notified in your timeline. But again, have a blessed day, and we'll talk again soon.